Alright, market recap for today. We played bullish again. Um, we had a little reversal in London that told us that we were going to play a continuation of its bullish move. So let's go down to the 1 hour, kind of get a look at that. We hit up here, right? Took out this high over here, went horizontal for a little bit. London session, played bearish, respecting this 1 hour over here. Took out these lows and immediately played bullish from there. So if you're following what I usually do, this is a switch from bearish to bullish, which means that which means that New York session is most likely going to be a continuation of that move. If you're just playing based off of what the market is looking to do, you would also play bullish because of how price swept this high. Swept this low. It is very, very shallow and immediately comes up off of it. Now you could say the same about this high up here, which is why I actually took a sell side trade today, exactly because of that. And then we got an expansion for New York, reversal for lunch, and another expansion for PM session. Oh, also, this hourly right here is what market comes down to at 9:30, taps it as well as equilibrium of this move, which is this orange line down here, and then plays bullish from there. We can see again, London session playing bearish, took out this low barely, and we came up. It's more significant of a sweep on the 15-minute. And with the time, it was time to see a retrace, especially with market open happening in the next couple minutes. So we come down once again to this equilibrium and this hourly fair value gap. We get an expansion, a tiny sweep of this high right at lunch, which is a good sign for to play shorts, which is actually the trade of the day on ES. So that takes us all the way down. We get a huge SMT of these lows down here. Can play bullish off this during the macro or another SMT of these lows. You play bullish in this macro to target these highs. Both would have hit. And then there's this 15-minute, which kind of stops price right here, which makes ES go lower, but makes NQ just retrace. So in the 5-minute, you can see again this sweep. We continue higher, and then we look like we're starting to want to retrace. We come down, take out this low over here, barely, come up, retrace into this inverse right here, play bearish once again, hitting equilibrium, tapping into this 1 hour, not even closing below equilibrium, and then playing bullish, barely sweeping this high, once again, macro, fair value gaps here, regular 5-minute, inverse 5-minute takes us bearish. One more pump bullish, come down. What does PM session do if it wants to continue AM session? Is it makes a run on opposing liquidity, which ES does, right? And this actually, this low doesn't, anyways. But ES makes that run on liquidity for us, leaving this huge SMT, telling us that we're going to be playing bullish. So if you want to play bullish here, that's good. You would get a smaller profit and then stopped out. If you want to play bullish here, you'd get fulls right there. Now in the 1-minute, we see, well, the same thing really. Reversal, sweep, you can see tried once, tried twice, didn't make any new highs, or lows, sorry. ICT was expecting 9:30 to 10 to be very lethargic. I'm not entirely sure why. We had some sort of orange folder news at 9 o'clock this morning. Could be a reason for that, but could also just because, right? The only thing that I can think of is a pre-market is very, very, very active, right? This is a huge expansion upwards, retraces, takes out this low, up again above these highs. It's very active. Usually when market just takes off at market open is when AM session pre-market is lethargic. But since pre-market wasn't, um, it does make more sense for AM session to start a very lethargic. And you can see here, ton of SMTs, both highs and lows, not much concrete evidence in one direction. But we do end up rallying, once again, taking out these highs. This is a setup for trade of the day, but on ES. SMT here between this 1052 high and this 1107 high. This 1107 high is lower on ES. We take a short on the 15-second off of that, targeting these lows, which get hit with this lunge reversal, or retrace, excuse me. And then off that reversal, again, sweep, macro. That's like A plus setup right there. Then once again, AM session, lunch retraces, PM session. If it's going to continue, AM session goes for an opposing run on liquidity. And we get that on a yes. SMT between this AM session low and this low right there. With that, we can play off a 15-second for value gap, which we get here. Entry on the top, stop a little bit below that candle. Profits can be all throughout here. I'd probably target these as a profit. My fulls would have been up here, but I would have been able to get, let's see if we put them there, would have been able to get half off of 2.9 before getting stopped out at break even over here. Then we get another SMT of these lows, once again during a macro. And this is a 3 p.m. macro, right? And so what do we know about the last hour of trading is it runs to take out untouched liquidity. And since on ES we just took out this low here, it's then going to look to target buy side. So playing off this SMT, we get a change in the state of delivery, a 15-second for value gap, enter at the top, stop a little bit below that candle over here on the 15-second, and then we play bullish, targeting highs. This trade is also very good, but in my opinion, this one on ES is safer. If you want to look at that, it's on my Instagram, trade of the day. Yeah, we just rallied it to take out all these highs for the rest of the day. Now going into the future, the fact that we played pretty bullish Monday and Tuesday makes me feel like we might just continue, but this also could be the high of the week and we could play bearish from here. Still looking at this fair value gap right here, right? On the weekly, we could react off that. We could also be reacting off the constant encroachment of this candle right here. Sorry, let me turn on that. Right, perfect reaction of constant encroachment right there. So could be reacting off that, could not be. Really just have to wait and see. Would I be okay playing bearish? Yes. Would I be okay playing bullish? Yes. If we want to, well, actually, yeah, there's nothing over here. If we do want to play bullish and just plow through this and this, I'm okay with that. But with this on the weekly time frame and this on the weekly time frame, as well as us stopping at constant encroachment, playing bearish does make sense tomorrow. So Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we're just gonna have to wait and see what PM session. Sorry, by that I mean what London session brings us to determine from there. So yeah, we react to the markets. We don't try to predict them. We only predict them and make predictions so that we are able to react quickly. Um, so yeah, we'll see what London session does and react off that when trading AM session tomorrow. This has been your market recap for March 25th, 2025.